Hey everybody, welcome to another Fundamental Games Spotlight. On these videos I like to spotlight something I like in the board game community or from a game design perspective, one or the other. In this case the spotlight is on the Dice Tower. So the Dice Tower, if you haven't heard of them, I'm very surprised. Getting into the industry, I learned a lot about them early on and watched quite a few of their videos. But they have a website and they're most well known for their podcast and their YouTube series of videos, which they've got countless numbers of, and I'll talk about a few of them. So first thing I like about it is that they do have a website. And so the Dice Tower website has all kinds of information on it. And there's different Dice Tower forums that you can go to, or cons that they have, like Dice Tower West or East or Cruise or News. You can see all their videos on here, their top 10s, their Dice Tower Live, their top 10 lists, their awards that they've given out for the last, looks like 13 years, so they've been around quite some time, and even contests that they run. So the website has a lot to offer both gamers and designers alike, and reviewers and anybody else that does content creation could probably learn a few things from how successful the Dice Tower has been. So that's the first thing I like, is their website kind of consolidates that, because if you just rely on your YouTube channel, it can get easy to lose videos and content, and they have it organized on their website in a nice way. And then I'll talk about their YouTube series, because that's what I like the most about the Dice Tower is their videos. I find that they're usually interesting. If there's certain ones I want to watch, by all means, I don't watch all of their videos. There's far too many for a single person to watch every video. But anytime I go to their YouTube channel or look at my subscription that I'm following, I can always find something that I want to watch. So the first thing I like to watch is Crowdsurfing. Crowdsurfing is a playlist that they have. They usually do it once a week unless something's happening and they can't get to it, but once a week for games that are about to finish their Kickstarter or crowdfunding efforts before the next show. So usually about 7 days or less out. I'll just do this quick little clip here, kind of shameless plug. This is my board game, Die in the Dungeon, but you can hear a couple things that they said about it just by watching this.
I'm not opposed to this name, actually. I like the name, actually. I also want to get a model that looks like this Beholder.
Yeah, so they'll talk about the game. They'll talk about things that they like inside the campaign itself. I'll just kind of scroll ahead here. They will, kind of like I do with my own, they talk about all these Kickstarters, but they talk about lots of them. So in a single session can be over an hour. They might talk about 20 different campaigns and things that they like or don't like about them, whether it's the art or the pledge levels or the value or mechanics or rule books or you name it. They dive into different parts of it on each one that they do. So I really like Crowdsurfing, both from a Kickstarter backer perspective. I backed over 100 games and like to know what I'm getting into sometimes, and they can help kind of push me in one direction or the other sometimes. And other times I just do it for research or for entertainment purposes, just curious what's out there. So instead of me browsing every game on Kickstarter every week, sometimes I'll just tune into their channel and see what's coming to an end soon. So, and sometimes their reviews are not always favorable. They might say things about certain games that maybe you disagree with or not, but they always leave that caveat at the end that this is just their opinions based on the little bit that they saw about the games, and to definitely make your own decisions. So I like Crowdsurfing. I do watch it regularly, and they even list out every game that they review in their description here, which is kind of handy. So that's the first video I like. So the first thing I liked was their website. Second thing is Crowdsurfing videos. Third thing is the Foursquare's reviews that they do. So Foursquare's reviews are when four of the different people from Dice Tower kind of get together and each share their opinions about the games in different ways.
Dice Tower,
so
a series of video reviews about board and card games. Here are your hosts.
Hey everybody, I'm
There
Michael.
we go.
I'm Roy Canning.
I'm Christine. I'm Garcia.
And today we're going to be taking a look at Oath. Now, Oath is a game that I think is going to gather a lot of attention.
So there you go, just four guys talking around a table. Sometimes there might be a lady as well, but they'll just talk about each of their individual perspectives on what they've experienced when they played the game. And I think it's cool to see all the different personalities and people share their ideas about a game. Sometimes they're all in agreement about certain things, and often they have difference of opinions. Maybe one likes the solo mode, and maybe one likes the art style or the gameplay, and others don't. But it's just a good way to see 4 people talk about a game instead of just one person, or just seeing a normal video review. It's a different outlook on it. So I like that one. So that is the third thing I like about Dice Tower. Fourth thing is their top 10. So they have a ton of top 10 videos that they do. Sometimes it's top 10 games with beautiful art, or top 10 games that Tom didn't like that he was wrong about. They have all kinds of videos. This one here, top 10 essential games, I've got it on, just going to number 1 here. What's their number 1 top 10 essential game? It's not one of my games, trust me. But it is a game I've played many, many times, and there's a lot of love for. And that is...
Number one. We've made it, dude. All right, I've said before that my favorite types of games tend to be hybrids. Games that are based in Euro mechanics, that have that Euro understanding.
The suspense.
That have enough theme that makes it feel like an Ameritrash game. I really, really like efficiency games where you're having to try to be very efficient. And look, I'm sorry, maybe I cheated. I picked for my number 1 most essential game.
Your number 1 game?
Yeah,
Sign.
I picked Sign. I
Sometimes they don't agree, see? So when they do top 10s, each person picks their top 10s and then they talk about them. And sometimes they have crossovers, games that one person's number 7 and another person's number 6, for example. Very rare do all 3 have the same game, if ever, at the same time. But these 3 guys, they had Scythe, another guy had Azul, and then the third guy had, let's see which one pops up, Mansions of Madness. So those are their top, each of their top 10 essential games. So it's nice to see so many different games talked about in a single video that are in a top 10 about something. I've watched ones that are top 10 deck builders or top 10 area controller, things like that. And it's just nice to get the thoughts on them, because I haven't played even 20% of the games that they talk about. I just don't get that many games to my table as they do. So it's good to see. So that is the 4th thing I like. And then the 5th thing I like is the actual game reviews. And of course I have a preference for Tom, because he helped build the audience of this series for so long, and is just kind of the staple and the anchor to the whole Dice Tower community, in my opinion anyway. And so I like hearing him talk about games, and I see him talk good things about games like Dominion and Exit games. I hear him talk fair things, and then sometimes he goes right off the wall, which is fun to watch as well. So here's a good example.
Okay. So let's say good things about the game. Or I'm done. The good things about the game. I cannot recommend this. I don't recommend it if you like Monopoly. I don't recommend it if you hate Monopoly. I don't recommend it if you like Catan. This is the laziest of game design. And boo upon Hasbro for producing this nonsense. I wish I could say this was an anomaly, but I've been playing a lot of the Hasbro games that showed up, and they're all trash.
24,000 views just for this video.
There are so many good games, and many of them are at Target where I got this. So don't take this as a condemnation of big box stores, because it's not. There are great games out there, complex and simple games. I don't want that one in my site. It's trash. Don't get it.
There you go. So that's just it's a rough example, but Tom at his best or his worst is always entertaining to watch, and I do value his thoughts on games. There are some games that he likes that I don't, and some games that I like that he doesn't, so you can't always take a reviewer's opinion to heart when you're deciding on your game, but it is good to hear what they have to say about them, good or bad. So. But there you have it, the Dice Tower. It's been around for over 13 years, it looks like. They've got tons and tons of content online, on their YouTube site, on their website, and the conventions. It's just kind of a cornerstone to the board game hobby, and really love what they produce. So I wanted to shed the spotlight on them. Highly encourage you to subscribe or follow their channel and see what they have to offer. Check out some of their videos. They've got plenty to peruse through. I'm sure you'll find something that you like. And as always, thanks for watching your Fun in 5 gaming channel, which I'm slowly growing. And if you have any thoughts or feedback, by all means, throw it in the comments. Be happy to hear and reply. Take care.